Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is MOGIBETH, and for those of y'all who are new here, I own a six-figure reselling business selling primarily women's clothing on places like Poshmark and eBay. And in today's video, we're doing something that's kind of fun. I usually talk about brands that I never pick up anymore, but today I wanted to focus on something that's equally as important, and that is style. I am talking about 10 styles I almost never pick up anymore, and these apply to all brands. I thought this video would be really fun. I also thought this video would be great in the comments section if y'all would be willing to share what styles you never pick up anymore. I think that would be really interesting as well, because there are a lot of things that are just not in style anymore and I never pick up, but these are just 10 that I've been kind of compiling in the back of my head for a while now. Some of these might be kind of controversial, so I also would love your take on them. Some of these things might have sold well a few years ago, but that's the thing with reselling. Styles are always changing, coming and going, and so these are styles that I have found recently either have a really slow sell-through rate, have a really hard time selling at all, or will just sell for very little money. So all right, without further ado, hopefully this will be a quick fun video. Let's jump into 10 styles I never pick up anymore. Okay, the first one is maybe the most obvious one. I feel like resellers say this all the time, but it is printed denim. This is something that might have been on trend when I first started reselling about 5 years ago, but it has since really not been on trend. There are maybe a few exceptions to this rule, but I really cannot think of any. But you'll come across printed denim from virtually every denim brand. Madewell, Mother, Anthropologie, I mean literally every denim brand, because at one point it was really cool, but now it is so hard to sell. Really slow sell-through rate, just hard to find a buyer in general, and then it'll typically go for less money. So if I see printed denim, it is really hard to convince me to pick it up, and usually I don't. Okay, next on the list is short denim skirts. I remember when I used to find like a short denim Madewell skirt, for instance, I would be really excited. I even would purchase them retail arbitrage, but now they just do not sell. They take a really long time to sell, and they definitely don't sell for as much as they used to. So if I'm in a thrift store and I see, say, a Madewell denim mini skirt, I pass. Same with J. Crew, same with virtually all brands. There are some minor exceptions to the rule, like if I found an All Saints mini denim skirt, I checked comps and it was worth picking up. So some designers I'll be willing to pick up, and I will sometimes pick this up at the bins because it's very cheap, and if I can sell it for, you know, 18-20 bucks, it still might be worth it. But denim mini skirts, it took me a while to really get the memo on this. They do not sell as well as they used to, so I typically will skip them in the thrift store, especially with our Goodwill prices in Portland. Okay, number 3 is cutesy graphic sayings on like graphic tees or sweatshirts. Back in the day, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, it was really popular to wear Wild Fox and brands like it that had cutesy little sayings, like things about wine, things about coffee, things about I'm terrific, stuff like that. But now that stuff does not sell well at all. Even t-shirts from like Madewell or J. Crew, if they have those kind of cutesy graphic sayings, I will not pick them up. Graphic tees in general used to be really hot, and now they have declined in demand, but some will still do well. Like band tees, you can still find a buyer for that, and then certain graphic tee brands will still do well, just not as well as they used to, at least in my experience. But my rule of thumb is if it's a cutesy kind of saying, pass. I've talked about Wild Fox and the brands I don't pick up anymore, which by the way, I'll link up on the screen, my most recent one. But brands like it, like Chaser, etc., if it has a cutesy graphic saying on it, pass. Okay, number 4, I'm actually kind of on the fence about, because I do sometimes still pick this up, but I'm actually starting to learn more and more that I don't want to pick this up, and that is white jeans. First of all, I don't like picking up white jeans because in the thrift store, there's a very strong chance that it's gonna have a stain or some kind of flaw on it, and I'm trying to stay away from stain treatment these days. I just don't have time. But also I'm finding that white jeans, even though we're in the thick of summer, this is the time in which they should be selling well, just have a really slow sell-through rate and have a hard time selling. And I usually just accept lower offers on white jeans these days, just because I'm having a hard time finding a buyer. Let me know in the comments down below if you find that to be the case, but generally I find that blue jeans have the highest sell-through rate, then black, then gray. Just those neutral colors are going to do the best. But white jeans, even things like green jeans and stuff like that, I will typically be very, very hesitant about picking up, and only certain brands for certain prices will I consider. Okay, the next one on the list is actually the style that made me want to do this video. The style is tie-dye. During COVID, tie-dye was huge. Everyone was tie-dyeing at their house. Everyone was buying tie-dye loungewear matching sets, and tie-dye sold really, really well. It wasn't that long ago. Now there is just a massive saturation of tie-dye on the reseller market, and there's very little demand, and so I'm finding that all of my tie-dye items are just having a really hard time selling. There are a few exceptions, pieces that aren't really super explicitly tie-dye, that are more subtly tie-dye, I find are doing okay, but the really explicit tie-dye loungewear, especially pieces, are not doing that well. So even really good brands of this I will pass on. Maybe I would pick it up at the bins, maybe, but I just have so many tie-dye pieces, especially from liquidation, that couldn't sell, at the retail store. So I got through liquidation, and guess what? I can't sell them either. So I would just caution you, do not pick up tie-dye. Let me know in the comments down below if you disagree. Okay, number 6 is the cold shoulder. If a dress or a top has a cold shoulder, which means that there's a strap here typically, and then this area, your shoulder, is kind of left bare, and then there's another strap on your arm or a sleeve on your arm or whatever. That's what cold shoulder means. If a piece has a cold shoulder, I almost always pass on it. I received some through liquidation, but it is a style that just does not sell anymore. It was big maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but that kind of style of dress or top, just very outdated now. I will even go so far to say that I'm very selective with off the shoulder pieces as well, and I'm very selective with one shoulder pieces. Any kind of shoulder bearing piece I'm very selective on, because I'm finding it doesn't sell as well. I think one shoulder pieces are definitely having a comeback, so there are definitely some styles of that I would pick up, but cold shoulder, never. I will never pick up cold shoulder pieces. Okay, so number 7 is jeans or pants that have a tuxedo stripe on the side. This, I'll sometimes accidentally pick up, to be honest, if I don't check, especially with online arbitrage. Sometimes I will buy jeans on the RealReal, for example, that have a tuxedo stripe, and then I receive them and I'm like, dang it, I didn't check that, because usually the photos are just the front and the back. But generally, if I'm at the thrift store, I won't pick up jeans with the tuxedo stripe. They just, for whatever reason, take longer to sell. People don't want the extra, design on their jeans. And it's a style that was really popular a few years ago. It's not so much anymore, so I will tend to pass on that. Okay, number 8 is maybe the most controversial one, I don't know, because it's an entire category, but it's shorts. I just really don't like selling shorts, and in fact I just skip the category almost all the time at the thrift store, because when I find them that are a good brand, they still take a while to sell, and they just don't sell for very much. So I don't know, I have a really hard time selling shorts. There are clearly exceptions to this rule, but generally I've had few experiences where I've had a great sell-through rate and a great sales price when selling shorts. So let me know in the comments down below what your exceptions to that are, or if you love selling shorts. I would be really curious. But shorts may be my least favorite category, although funny because I'm actually in the market for shorts, but that's a whole other deal. Okay, so number 9 on the list is Capri leggings. I really like picking up full length or ankle length leggings, but I am very hesitant to pick up Capri leggings. They tend to not do as well. Of course, there are instances in which I will pick them up, but generally I find that people are looking for longer leggings and not capris. I picked up a pair of athletic Capri leggings recently that's just not doing well. When I list Lululemon Capri leggings, they don't do nearly as well as the full length. So I'm just very hesitant to pick up Capri leggings. I will pick them up at the bins because Again, they're cheap if it's the right brand, but paying full price at the thrift store, no, I do not like to pick them up. Okay, and that brings us to the last style on this list. Before we get to it, be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We put out new videos every Monday and Thursday. But number 10 on the list is Moto style pants and jeans. Specifically like zippers on the ankles, or zippers, you know, along the outside, or even cargo pockets along the pant leg. Anything that's more Moto style when it comes to pants, I do not pick up. Moto style leather jackets still do well, but Moto style pants, jeans, no, I do not like picking that up. It was, again, probably big 3, 4, 5 years ago, and you'll find great brands that have this kind of style, but I will always pass on Moto style pants and jeans, and they tend to be low rise too, which I didn't include on this list, but low rise pants and jeans I am very hesitant about picking up for most brands. So yes, if you find that, it usually indicates that it's an older style and you should probably pass. I wouldn't even pick it up at the bins. But that is the video. I'm really curious as to what styles you are not picking up at the thrift store to sell on Poshmark or eBay or Mercari or wherever you sell. Let me know in the comments down below. And before I go, this is my second video filming postpartum. I just wanted to say thank you for all the well wishes for Billy Lou. She's doing really, really well. We just had her 2-week appointment today and she is healthy, which we're so grateful for. Me on the other hand, I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm doing fine. I'm on the mend. I had mastitis. If you know, you know. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love y'all. Bye.